What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
Mike.
And I'm Brock, and today we're going to continue through Revolution 2096 with Commander Sam's manager card and Amazonia's updated card, now with wrestling stats.
Yes.
So yeah, my camera's flipped, I just realized. I'm using my new computer for the first time on video here, so I
Getting used to it.
apologize that things are weird. But yeah.
Color version of that? I remember we used to show up color versions every so often.
Yeah, they're here on the website. The COTG files, the wiki. Let me pull up. Who are we gonna start with? Amazonia?
Sure.
All right, I'll pull her page up here.
See what our new updated order Meek.
Oh, that one's not on here.
Oh, okay.
No, that was for the previous one. We haven't made it this far with the redesigns.
Oh, okay.
But here's the Larry Snelly card,
Oh,
colorized. Looks pretty good.
yep. That's pretty much how I had her.
Yeah, I always kind of saw her as Filsinger Games Wonder Woman, and that's what she looks like there. So
I think I gave her some gold armor instead of silver, but
yeah. Yeah, there's Amazonia. 5'10", 130 pounds. Pretty good sized woman, I guess.
yeah, I had her 5'8", 140. I had her more muscular.
Yeah, she's pretty big, especially at this original drawing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's Amazonia. Um, I guess I'll start. It didn't do a whole lot with her because there was no one really for her to fight, even though she had a pretty badass card.
Yeah.
You know, the glaring, need a head 2 on the first slot of level 3 offense is probably her biggest weakness, but she's got 3 straight through moves on level 2 that'll take you to 3 and a +3 finisher,
Yep. And
which
she's what?
was
Her strength and agility are like -1, -3 or something.
-4 agility, -1 power. So she's tough. Her chart ratings are ropes A, turnbuckle A, ring A, death jump B, DQ of 6. So she got disqualified a lot, but
She's Amazonia.
she's
Wolf's
Amazonia.
sidekick.
Right?
Wolf's main squeeze.
Yeah,
His little
very
short.
tough.
Yeah, I used it for I introduced a few women like Tiger Mask and the
Yeah,
Draconian Sheik, Corey's character. We
actually
did that
have this.
Supernova at this point in Cassandra, and so I had a few women, so I made a women's title, and they just all kind of wrestled for it, and it was mostly and um uh Dave Schaefer had a female gladiator in his SWA set.
Mame.
Mame. And I used Mame.
There's Draconian Sheik. Sorry that the artwork is flipped. I can't figure out what's going on with my camera.
Eh,
And here's Tiger Mask
yeah.
that we had mentioned. Just thought I'd show them because I actually have them sitting here. So
So when my first year that I did it, because Amazonia is a heel. Yeah, there's Mame.
and there's Mame.
She faced off against Supernova,
Okay,
and Supernova beat her in the feud.
nice. Yeah,
Shock.
Supernova is still a ways from debuting,
Yeah.
but
Well, yeah, but it took me I wasn't gonna have women feud each other, and
yeah, there wasn't a
there
lot
were
for
six of
her to
them.
do. It was just Cassandra at the time, and I don't even know. Sweet Thing didn't have stats yet either.
No.
I don't think. So yeah, it's a ways off till you had an actual division.
Yep. But she is a 5-time GWF Women's Champion for me.
Not surprised by that. Solid card.
Just makes her a four-time loser. No, but she is the most dominant female wrestler currently at this point.
Yeah. She's who I think of when I think of female wrestlers in the GWF. And she's the
Yeah,
first one that comes to mind, always.
yeah, she's the mark that they're all, you know, up against.
Hmm. For sure.
You know, how what do they do? Well, you know, pair them up against Amazonia. If they can hold someone, then they can be good. If they just get squashed, well, then
Yep. She does get two updates, and they both go down in power, but we're talking about this card.
she doesn't have that wolf anti-aging gene.
Right. That is true. There we go. I figured out what was going on with my camera. Now everything's facing the correct way.
Oh,
Yay! It's really bothering me. I'm sorry if I was seem distracted.
and it's interesting now starting to use women wrestlers because you know I don't do the intergender thing, and when I did, you know I have had it happen.
Yeah.
I use the chart in the book.
Hmm. Which I don't think existed yet when
Yeah,
this card was
yeah, it
released.
did.
Did it?
Yep.
Surprised they had that when there was only a handful of women. Not even a handful, too.
It was in the first compendium,
Okay.
and so I would do like Wolf and Amazonia versus like Mayhem and Maim.
Okay.
But you know, the guy would have to tag out, you know, to the guy and so forth. But
Hmm.
being, you know, Mayhem being the bad guy, you know, sometimes he just might take advantage of Amazonia and vice versa, and it just became a
Yeah.
you know a vicious little circle amongst them. But
Makes
I still wasn't feuding the women because I only had like six.
right. Yeah, official GWF canon at this point. I think you just had two. So there wasn't a whole lot for them to really do at this point.
No,
But they slowly started coming in after this.
yeah, they matriculated in,
Not quickly, but here and there.
but it's a long way off. Like, and I'll say it again: the very first Galacticon when Tom said, "Hey, should we put women wrestlers in the game?" Every last person except Jack Durakis, because he wasn't there.
In his defense, if he was there, he probably would have voted yes.
Yeah, no, I believe he would have voted yes, but everybody voted no.
He has one of the best women's bootleg sets out there.
Yep, I I have that one as well, and some of the women do make it in.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, that's what I've done with her. Like my women's fed is just now up and running. I introduced some more bootlegs, some of yours,
Hmm.
some of the GWFZ women,
Yeah,
just so I
there's a
could
lot of
get it
good
up,
ones out there.
just so I could get it up to 16.
Hmm. Yeah, I always see like people complaining that there's not a lot of women in the GWF and that the Centra sets don't have any. Like, there's enough bootlegs out there and other, sources. If you really wanted a division, they're
Yep,
easily obtainable. Plug. Check the links below.
yeah, he's got some good women wrestlers.
But yeah, there's the GWFZ ones that are great too. I don't know if you can still get Jack's set. You'll have to check with him, but it's definitely a must-have. I agree
Yeah.
on that. Definitely, because they you can drop them right in there in the lore, all that stuff. It makes sense to use them.
Well, I make it my own fed, so it just doesn't matter with all these independents because you know
Hmm.
the GWFZ and that stuff didn't have any actual lore in the game. You could just use it when and wherever you wanted to.
Right.
So that's how I built my women's fed, and Amazonia is dominating it.
She's good.
Yep. We could say, how are we power creeper? But we both probably would pick the same thing.
Yeah, I'm guessing it will be that number one knee to head two on level 3 offense.
Yep. Or make that super kick on level 1, a down 3.
Yeah, could do that just to have two different things.
Yep.
Trying to get that to focus. Come on.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
So that's what I would do with her.
Yeah, she doesn't need much.
No.
She's pretty tough as is. Well, I guess we could slide into our second character. There's a whole lot to talk about on this card.
Oh yeah.
Commander Sam. The artwork is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite Sam art.
Yeah, Larry did a good job on this.
But here's the back of his card. Nothing there. It's before managers had their own interference charts. But yeah, Commander Sam. I always kind of saw him as GWF Hogan. Just the way he looks, everything, the all-American guy. But finally stepping away from the ring and becoming a full-time manager.
He was in my GWF at this point in time, and he did quite well. He managed the second tier team.
Okay.
So, Omega, managed the FDF, and Sam managed what I called Sam's Army, which
Okay.
was US Patriot, Pulsar. I think Massive was part of it. Uh, I can't remember. It kind of rotated.
Mm-hmm.
I brought guys in,
Yeah.
but he did quite well. Like he's managed guys to 7 Galaxian titles, which is my level 1 or 2 belt.
Uh-huh.
3-time GWF tag champions, 5-time Intergalaxian singles, a War Games title, 3-time TV champions.
Nice. When he came in, he was with Lance Atlas and US Patriot.
Oh, he also managed Justice and Lycosa at that point in time too.
Okay.
So that's probably where the Galaxian titles came in, were Justice. And the GWF tag was probably one was Pulsar Prime and Massive. I think the other one might have been US Patriot and the bootleg Son of Sam card.
Which is just a reskinned version, I guess a restatted version of his classics card, which I don't have here. I can't show that off. The blue card. Actually, now I don't know. Maybe that's my favorite Sam art
That's my favorite, that
because
one.
that one's pretty good. I guess I can pull it up here on the website.
That one's, I think that was Larry Snelly as well.
Yes, yeah, he did that first Legends set, or not Legends. What were they called? Classics.
Classics.
Classics. All right, here we go. Here's the artwork we're talking about. It was printed in blue ink,
Yep.
which is unique, and it made the classic sets stand out.
Very, very tough, solid card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
And I
like the.
still I still team them up to this day.
I like the 30th anniversary set that kind of paid homage to this card here. It was like an alternate version of him. That was pretty good too. But yeah, we're talking about this one. Here's a colorized version of it. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got the presidential seal of approval.
Probably got that fighting in that Earth Cygnus War we all
Yeah,
hear talk about.
yes, probably. So
How
I
did
guess
you
we
use them?
I didn't use managers very much in my speed play,
Oh,
unfortunately. And with him being the good guy manager, I didn't really interfere them too much. He was always, he's at ringside, but I never really had them interfere much. The good guy managers.
Yeah, for years, he was Commander Sam. He was the number two guy,
Hmm.
and he was good with that. He managed a lot of the second tier GWF guys like Patriot and Prime and Massive and Lycosa and Justice and I think
Hmm.
Galactic Punisher at one point
Yeah, he's got a
before.
pretty good list here.
Yeah,
Earthquake, Galactic Punisher, Justice, Massive, Mesmer, Lance Atlas, U.S. Patriot, Dreadnought, Ms. Liberty, Annexus, Chaos, Dark Justice, Heracles, Prodigy, Skinhead, Cassandra, Hammer, Powerhouse, Jacket Diamonds, Killer Queen, Defenders of the Realm, or Defender of the Realm, and the Code Enforcer. So, yep, a lot of the second tier heroes and some of the villains were there for a little bit.
well, because he did become a bad guy manager later on, but that's a different card.
Yeah,
Because when he does get updated, I change his personality.
Commando Sam, but
Yeah,
that's later.
I don't use Commando Sam. I use Businessman Sam.
Captain Business.
Yeah, forms a group called the Conglomerate. And,
Nice. Sellout Sam.
yeah, but he's still a good guy.
Nice.
He's like the good guy version of Paulie Dangerously.
Well, there you go. That's funny.
If you can think about something like that, but that's how I make him.
Very cool.
But yeah, like I said, at this point in time, there's not a whole lot you can say about a manager
Hmm.
other than how you used them. And he played second fiddle to Omega, and he had no issues doing that because Omega's Omega.
Right. The biggest legend of all time.
Yeah. So Sam was cool with that, and he you could tell by his titles, he was still in the mix.
Oh yeah, yeah. He definitely was an important character. I think he's still around today, isn't he? Is he one of
I,
the commissioners?
oh, he could be,
I think he might be. Maybe like 1,000 years old, but
and I
I'm
say,
not
how would
sure.
you
I'll have to
upgrade
kind
him? Yeah. How would you power creep him? I'd give him a back
of, yeah, or I'll bump his 6 distractor rating up to a 7. I do like the backs on manager cards.
Yeah.
It adds some more depth because they do like most managers have some kind of gimmick in the real world,
Yep.
so it's kind of cool that they can bring that to the game with a special chart.
I think, in all honesty, um, the when we did the NGO, we might have created that the manager
Maybe
with the gimmick
we'll have to do a special on each one of those sets.
because I know we created some managers
Yeah, I think the first
called
I know first couple
Mr. Humph.
managers didn't have anything, but
Yeah,
by the time there was a
they'd have
set,
yeah
they
they'd have
definitely
wrestling
did.
stats, but
Yeah.
that's nothing. But an actual card where they did weird things. Solaris flying off with the elbow drop to the back of the head.
Yeah, he'd do it. Yeah, but I know the Mr. Hoffa card had one. That was in the first set, first actual set. Like I know they came out again as the older ones were put together as a set. James or Paul E was in that set. Jamestown Joe was in the second set. Had that was an interview card though. So
Yeah. Corbin.
yeah, see, I wouldn't be surprised if they did have the first one.
Yeah, I think we might have started that.
Makes sense.
So we're going to talk about our topic, which is your favorite pizza stuff. Your favorite pizzas, your favorite toppings,
Hmm.
your go-to place for pizza.
Okay. I will say, anytime I go to a new city, I always try and hit up a local mom and pop pizza place wherever we go, and I'm usually pretty pleased with what I have out and about.
Is he, pizza's probably my go-to food.
Hmm.
I've said before, my wife gets, I'm pizza's bitch.
Hey, it's good.
Somebody puts pizza on the table, unless there's onions on it, I'm eating it.
Yeah, I'm not a big vegetables fan on my pizza. I like a lot of meat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get the meat lovers. There's a new one opened up. It's run by some Greek people, and it's called Cyrano's
Okay.
and Cipriano's, and we get it from there. But they make like a barbecue chicken
Ooh.
with garlic dressing on top, and you can get just strange little mixes you can make, and
Hmm.
really it's super good pizza.
Nice.
It's like you said, it's one of those local things, and we hit it up, and
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like Pizza Hut and stuff like that. Like I'll eat Papa John's if I'm gonna eat like a chain pizza. It's probably my favorite. Their stuffed crust with the pepperoni in the crust is really good.
we have a Papa John's, but it's way across town.
Mm.
My nearest is for chain pizzas, Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's is trash.
And but I like the Domino's if I get ground beef, pepperoni, and green olives.
Okay.
So it's a weird combo, but
I mean, I
uh,
shouldn't say Domino's is trash. It's better than Pizza Hut, honestly.
they closed the Pizza Hut in town about, and it had been closed like 10 years ago. And they just opened up a new one.
Okay. Coming back.
Yeah.
What's your
So,
favorite type of pizza crust?
um, I usually don't even eat my crust.
Okay.
I eat the pizza right to the crust and then toss the crust because
Well, like a pan pizza, thin crust.
now I've had Chicago deep dish once and I loved it.
Yeah, I forget which one I had while we were in for Galacticon last year.
I went to Giordano's or something like that. I remember because it was on Beaubien Street.
Nice. That's how you knew it was the one to go to.
Yep. I saw it and I'm like, hey, Beaubien. And I took a picture of it and sent it to him. There's a Beaubien Street.
I've never heard that name anywhere else. That's great. I think it was Lou Marlotti's, maybe, was the one I had while I was there. It was good. It was a lot. Like I can only eat like maybe two slices and I was done. I had to tap out.
Yeah, it's Chicago. It's funny because there's pizza by our place. They're like, yeah, we have a deep dish pizza, so I ordered it. Not deep dish pizza. It's
No.
the crust is like this thick.
Yeah, it's all crust.
I'm like, what? That is not deep dish.
Hmm. Yeah, that's thick crust is what that is.
Yeah,
Deep dishes with the topping. The crust is normal, but the toppings are piled on.
yeah. There's a
There's a place
metal.
I like. It's called Fernando's Wedgwood Pizza. Sam Luptak actually introduced me to it. It's out there by him in Boardman, Ohio. And we used to go there and we'd plan our Filsinger Corp sets there over a big pizza. What they do different is their crust is pretty, it's like a pan crust. It's a thicker crust, but all their toppings are shredded like cheese. So they have all like the Italian meats, but instead of them being sliced like coins, they're shredded. And then they put the cheese in with that. So every bite you have all the toppings in it. It is so good.
Oh,
Sam says the quality has gone down, but I disagree. I guess he's probably had it more often than I have, but
I remember I was in Buffalo visiting Tim one time, and he took me to a place called La Bella Sicilia,
okay.
Beautiful Sicily, and I remember because we got um, sausage, pineapple, and cheese and tomatoes on the pizza.
Okay.
Just a weird combination that they had.
Hmm.
But they sliced the sausage lengthwise.
Okay.
So all your sausage bits were like, the full length of a sausage.
It was a hot dog.
And then your pepperoni, I mean your pineapple were full rings.
Okay, that's interesting.
Like everything was just these big massive tomatoes were slices of tomato. They weren't,
Hmm.
and that was surprisingly like I was like, wow,
Well,
this
that's
is
an Italian pizza,
yeah.
like not what we are commonly used to. Yeah, but yeah, there's pizza. There's so many different ways. I like wood-fired pizza. I don't know if you've ever had that. There's a place out here called The Oven, which is really good. The pizzas are real small though, but they're.
I know we have a member who has his own pizza truck.
Oh yeah,
Eric.
Eric
Shout out to
Konishny,
Spartan Pizza.
Hungry Spartan Pizza. Go check him out if you're in the Iowa area for Galacticon. So he should set up a food truck outside of Galacticon.
He should. Eric, just go there and you will make a killing because there's a bunch of fat guys coming your way.
Yep. We like pizza.
And what do you think of, as I've said it before, the what they call the Hawaiian pizza? Which
I
kind of
I don't mind it. It's not my go-to, but I enjoy it occasionally.
so I remember when it first came out and it was really popular in the early '80s,
Hmm.
late '70s. They would also put maraschino cherries on it.
Oh, I've never had it like that.
I tried it because I bought maraschino cherries just saw we bought it. We did
Upgrade.
a Hawaiian pizza, and I chopped it up, put some maraschino cherries on it, threw it in the oven for about 2 minutes just to heat things up.
Uh-huh.
My wife's like, "This is just weird."
You ruined the pizza. I'm a big fan of buffalo chicken pizza
Yep.
with a ranch dipping sauce.
And then there's something I had at there's a place in Toronto called the X for like 2 weeks during the summer. And if you're a foodie, you have to go to this place because there's literally hundreds of food vendors there,
Nice.
and you can get everything. Like if it can be deep fried, you're gonna find it there. But it's the first time I had dill pickle pizza,
Okay.
and one of the best. And I've recreated that pizza. So good. The big fan of the dill pickle pizza. Oh yeah.
The most disgusting pizza I ever had was a cheeseburger pizza.
Oh,
It was
that's
gross. It was probably just where I got it from, the way they made it. The sauce was mustard,
oh yeah.
and I
God.
love mustard. And then on top of that was just ground beef, fine.
Yep.
Onions, um, what else was on it? Pickles, all that was fine, but the mustard overpowered everything. That's all you could taste was the mustard. And I like mustard, but it was just too much. It was too
Yeah,
much.
that'd be a word. Like the dill pickle pizza, the dressing was creamy garlic
Ooh.
dressing with the dill pickles on it, and then you put some feta cheese
Hmm.
and then some just Italian seasonings.
I'd be all over that. That sounds good.
Oh, yeah. I got it, and I'm like, okay, because we were going to a Dave Matthews concert, and I'm like, dill pickle pizza. So we're coming back from the Dave Matthews concert, so you're hungry, and I'm like, okay, let's have some dill pickle pizza. I'm like, I gotta try
Yeah.
this. Then I'm like, okay, I gotta try it again.
Make sure it was okay. Make sure I got the taste down in my memory bank.
Yeah, like I said, I love going to pizza places. The disappointing is when you try one and it's like, I
Yeah.
don't think I ever ate a good pizza place in Jamestown.
No, there was that one on the main street. We found the last one that was at last Galacticon in Jamestown, which I think was 2016.
Yeah, yeah, I think they're both there.
We stayed downtown. Downtown Jamestown's actually pretty nice. I never really explored it much until that last one. We just walked around until we found something that was open. It was a pizza place. It was okay.
We
But
found Jeff and myself found an awesome burger joint.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're like, this is amazing. We're having burgers, and the burgers were fantastic. Like inch thick burgers.
Hmm.
And then walked, you know, um, Matt Dickendesher and Rob Bobian. You're like, hey, like food here any good? We're like, oh yeah.
Yep, sure is. Nice. So when you're at Galacticon this year, make sure you look for Hungry Spartan Pizza and try other local cuisine because that's the best. You can get the chain stuff anywhere.
Yeah. So
All
yeah, if
right.
you have your favorite pizzas, your go-to places. I've had, like I said, I've been to um the diners and drive-ins and dives show. That's
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the States, I try to hit some of those places up.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's never been a pizza place.
Yeah, they weren't on there very often.
No, because if there would, I would have been all over that.
It's usually somebody with a gimmick
Yeah,
of some kind.
a hot dog or a hamburger or a giant piece of French toast. It's
Yeah.
like French toast that big. No, that's not a piece of French toast. That's half a loaf you dipped in egg.
Yeah. It's a lot of breakfast places. There's a couple out here by us that were on there. Some breakfast places.
Well, I was in St. Louis and there's like 45 of
Hmm.
them.
Yeah, there's the Doorstop was one in Dormont. The O, which was a pancake place. Yeah, there's a all very good. I think they're overrated, but
Yeah, there was a the diners, drive-ins and dives Canadian version,
ooh,
and two restaurants in Cambridge. One was a
nice.
barbecue place and one was a hamburger place. And the hamburger place closed down during COVID,
Mm,
but it was a neat place because they'd give you a list and they're like, what topping do you want?
yeah,
How well do you want your burger done? What meats do you want? Do you want uh, pork, beef? So you could pick your percentages of meats in
that's
your
nice.
burger. So that's what made it interesting. Okay, so but yeah, we should head out.
Alrighty. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, listening, however you consume the show. We appreciate it. If you have not yet, please click the subscribe button. Get us closer to our 123 subs in 2023. We're just 3 away at last check, so it's a very realistic goal. So, if you like the video, give it a thumbs
Bars
up.
here, and we just
We have high expectations for this program. We've got 8 months to get 3 more subscribers, and we'll probably be begging the whole year for it. But while you're here, scroll on down to the description. You'll find some links to our friends who have made Filsinger Games related content, including the official Filsinger Games podcast, Roll Up, the Legends team's Uncharted Territory, Lee Longpre's Dizzy Dice, Grant's Filsinger Games Fancast. Here on YouTube, you have Grant's Solo Promoter, which has a lot of great content. You have Dave Little's Heartland Championship Wrestling, which he plays live on Saturday evenings if you'd like to join him live there on YouTube. It's always a good time. Also, we have After Further Review, where they talk about all kinds of sports-related gaming and things like that. A little bit further down, you'll find myself on Twitch. And then if you go down a little bit further, you'll find all my other links to social medias and all that fun stuff. So check all that out. And if you've got anything you'd like us to add to the list below, please let one of us know. We'll be happy to include your link. Get the word out for you to our 120 subscribers. Big time.
yeah. And hey, if your sons and daughters haven't subscribed, let them subscribe. It's free.
Yeah, it's free. Subscriptions are free. We can't monetize yet. We are a long ways away from being able to monetize. But
Yeah, you need about 1,000 subscribers.
1,000 subscribers, and I think so many watched hours or something like that.
We probably have the hours.
We're about halfway on the hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's obtainable. It's within reach, but that subscriber count is nowhere near nowhere near the goal. So if you want to help us out, get the word out for that, we'd really appreciate it. But either way, we're going to continue to do this because it's fun.
Thanks for
All
watching.
right. Yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.